in. And I see we've got a few people live, which is always fun. If you're watching live, you can use the chat on the right-hand side and say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And we've got Maria in here, and I see Facebook users. If you want us to see your name, you can just authorize Facebook to show your name. Should be underneath the live stream, and we can say hello to you. But we've got someone from the north of Montreal, super cool. Jakarta, Indonesia, also super cool. You are more in my time zone. I think it's 11 at night, so thanks for tuning in so late. I wanted to let everyone know, if you don't already, that the Level Up Teaching Summit is happening super soon. We are about 4 days away. On Friday, December the 2nd, we're bringing in 10 speakers to talk about some incredible topics to do with leveling up your online teaching business. So wherever you are in that journey of starting out as a teacherpreneur, if you've got a few students, or you are, well into your business and you're just wanting to maybe learn some new skills to up level some things that you're already doing, then please join us. It's a completely free summit. You can go to levelupteachingsummit.com, and we'd love to have you join on Friday, December the 2nd from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern time. So hopefully that accommodates for most of you. Deborah in Connecticut says it's cold here. I know, gosh, it must be so cold. I haven't seen a winter in so long living out here in Southeast Asia, but I actually do miss the winters from time to time. I just think it would be kind of cool to see a little bit of snow, but we are like 34 degrees at the moment. So yeah, there you go. Hey, Julie. Okay, Julie, good to see you. So good to have you here. I want to introduce our guest today, who is Liz Wilcox. She calls herself the Fresh Princess of email marketing. She's an email strategist and keynote speaker who shows small businesses how to build online relationships and make real money with emails. She's best known for selling a blog, turning a $9 offer into multiple six figures without ads, and helping you untangle the email knot with pop culture references. I love it. She loves the 90s, headbands, and she's got one on now, and the beach. Please welcome Liz. Hey, Liz.
Hey,
so
friends.
Good to have you.
Good to have you too. So
I love the headband.
Thank you. Just for the occasion. My hair's a little crazy. I also am not Deborah. I'm going to Connecticut, I think, for Christmas, but I live in Central Florida. So if you don't know how to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, Tim just said it was about 95 degrees Fahrenheit where he's at, and it's probably about 75 where I am, but it'll probably hit 80 today. So not quite as hot. But judging from the state of my hair and the frizz, it's pretty humid and nice. It's still summertime where I am too.
Where are you again?
I live in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, so you're in pretty good weather.
Oh, yeah,
I'm Canadian, so we snowbirds fly down and like infiltrate you every winter, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Like I live pretty close to Disney World, and
Okay.
I was just whining yesterday. This is how good my life is, guys. I was just whining yesterday that all the snowbirds are here and they're making the lines at Disney longer. I'm like, you gotta wait an hour and a half for Slinky Dog. It's outrageous.
How dare we do that?
I know. Thanks for your tourist dollars, friends.
Right. So you're in Florida. You're known as an email marketing specialist. Like, tell us a little bit, about you, yourself, whatever you want to share, and your business. Love to hear about it.
Yeah, so
That's a big
everything.
question. Go for it.
Oh, that's so funny. Deborah comes from DeLand. That's very close. My ex-husband lives in DeLand. So Deborah, and he's from Connecticut. So Deborah, you and I gotta hit each other up later. Anyway, so yeah, I'm Liz Wilcox, and you know that feeling you get when you listen to a podcast or you watch a YouTube video like this, and there's some wild woman on the screen, and she's telling you, for every dollar you spend with email marketing, you can get $40 in return. Now go, go, go. And so you go and you open up your email service provider, and then you promptly feel kind of dumb because you have no idea what the heck to say. You just know this person hyped you up. Well, I help eliminate that problem. I make email writing really simple. And everything I'm going to talk about at the Level Up Teaching Summit and everything we might talk about today was designed. I want to tell you guys, like, this isn't going to be complicated strategies. Everything that I figured out about email was from living. Lived in 200 square feet. I lived in an RV. I was traveling around. I had a toddler, and I built my business possibly like you in the margins of life. Like, I had a husband, I had, I don't know if you've ever met a toddler. They're not really interested in entrepreneurship. They're more about that playground life. And
Right.
so everything that I did and why I really honed in on email was because I only had, 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there. And I knew that growing my email list and writing emails was going to be the way to make money. And so
Hmm.
everything I'm going to share at the summit about, getting people on your list, what emails to write, how to set up a welcome sequence is from that place of, oh my gosh, I don't have a lot of time. I just need to do this as efficiently and quickly as possible.
Yeah, I love it. And just for those that might be online teachers and are like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about with email? Are you talking about like something that I do inside my Gmail? I'm gonna like back it up real basic. This is like
Awesome.
email marketing where you are collecting emails from your website or from your leads or potential students, and it's a great way to then build relationship with them and nurture them and help them to choose you as their teacher. So if you're an online teacher and you're kind of you've never really thought about email marketing, especially for a lot of folks that follow me who teach Chinese students, and maybe you're wanting to kind of branch out into more of a global market, like this is something that you just need to listen to and figure out, because it's so valuable. Even I don't do email marketing for students, but in my business, obviously, I do email marketing to online teachers. And if you're on my email list, you've gotten emails from me before, and maybe you've heard about like my coaching or my courses and things like that. So it's not coming from inside of my Gmail account.
Right. Yeah.
It's coming from an email. So when Liz mentions email service provider, there's a lot of them out there that you can use, but that's the legal way to do it. I'm sure a lot of our inboxes are full of like people that we've never heard of before, and you're like, how did they get my email address? Right. So
Yeah, yeah. And what works about email so well is that when it's consent based, right? When you get people to opt in to hear from you, they're already 70-80% of the way there, right? Oh yeah, Tim, he's the one I'm going to learn from. Yeah, I want to get his checklist for XYZ.
yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people, so we are not Amazon.com, we're not Etsy. When I go to Amazon, I go to shop. I know I'm going to purchase something. When someone goes to your website or they hit up your Instagram or they, see something on YouTube, however you're getting your name out there, they're just kind of seeing, oh, do I like Tim? What's Maria like? What's her style? Okay, Deborah, somebody gave me her name. Let me check her out, right? We're just getting a feel for you. Nobody's going to book right away, right? And so if we can capture that email address, if we can get their email address, we can send follow-up emails about, hey, this is who I am. This is the type of, teacher I am. We can set expectations. If and when you work with me, this is how it's going to look. This is what my specializations are, et cetera, et cetera. And we can share that vision with people. If let's say I'm an ESL teacher for Chinese students, like Tim mentioned, if you sign up with me, your child is going to have this level of understanding English in this amount of time. You can share that vision with people, and the reason why email works again is it's consent based. They said, yes, I want to hear more from you. And it's just a more intimate channel. I don't have my phone on me. I try to throw it as far away as possible when I'm on a call. um, But, when you go to your phone and you open up this is my mouse phone, and you open up Facebook, Facebook's serving you ads. Everyone's trying to compete for your attention. And within 20 minutes, Facebook kind of makes posts disappear, right? If you haven't engaged, it's not going to show it to you. Whereas with email, it's a much more intimate channel. I open up my Gmail, and just like the regular mailbox, I'm searching for something I actually consented to, right? Like, oh, that's garbage. Oh, that's a bill. I don't have to open that. Oh, Tim sent me something. I wonder what he has to say this week. I'm still interested. And so that's why email is so effective. Why on your website, any points of contact on the internet, you should be trying to collect those addresses so you can follow up, so you can have a bunch of people. Oh, yeah, that's Maria. That's Deborah. Yeah, I really should sign up for that. Let me see what she has to say today. And so
Hmm.
it's just that very intimate, less noisy way of keeping up to date with the people that are interested in you, and past clients, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so true. And I think a lot of people that start to get this email thing, they might have like a freebie on their website, or they've got some, like you said, a checklist or some helpful resource. I mean, I always tell teachers that, think about something that's going to give someone like a quick win that's going to help them with something really easy and fast, but it's going to help solve a problem. And then I think they get their email address and then that's it, right? Like there's no follow up to that. And so, people might say, well, yeah, I'm growing my email list, but how do you get, how do you get from that, like collecting the email to actually converting customers?
Yeah,
Because that's a process, right?
yeah, that's a great question. And one, when you sign up for Tim's Summit, I'm going to go way more into depth. But in
Great.
general, you just need a really solid welcome sequence. Something when Liz signs up for Maria's emails, Maria is going to send out a series of emails that shows off, and I kind of mentioned these, a little bit of personality, right? Who is Maria, right? We're not going to just let our sign up our kid with just anybody, right? We have to know a little bit about you in order to trust you. So a little bit of personality. You can see my personality. I'm very 90s based. I've got the rainbow glasses. I've got Funko
Yeah.
Pops in the background. There's a little bit of personality there, right?
Yeah. Love
And
it.
then again, share that vision for your students. I always, and this is perfect for teachers. So I have props. You can tell I used to be a teacher. I have props.
That's great.
And so I like to think of it like, again, that vision. What is it you want your clients or your potential clients to have accomplished? If they were graduating from Deborah Green University, what is that degree that you are handing them? Tim, thank you for enjoying this so much.
I love it
Some-
because I mean that's what we as online teachers, like especially with companies, we had to have. I don't have my puppets with me; they're long put away.
oh,
But
you have
you know,
puppets?
with
Wow.
companies, we were sort of like expected to with the online ESL companies. I mean, these kids can be as young as like 4 and 5 who have never. Number one, maybe never seen a foreigner before, and number two, never spoken English. So a lot of it is really visual and prop based.
Right.
So yeah, I
And
love the prop.
we really don't outgrow that, right? The
Right.
more visual learning, the better. But anyway, so, what is that vision? What is it that you have for your clients? And state that directly in the welcome sequence. Again, they might have signed up like, oh, yeah, Maria, Tim, I think, I feel okay about that. But when you state the vision, it's like, okay, yes, I'm getting on board. This is the bus that I want. Or they can say, oh, no, I'm not ready. And then they unsubscribe and they leave the list, which is okay too, because they're not
Yeah,
ready. We don't want to email people that aren't ready. And
that's
then
right.
the last thing is you share a little bit of your values. Now, this isn't, spew your politics everywhere, but I know, especially as educators, we have certain values, especially education based, right? Inclusivity, diversity, affordability, whatever those values that drive you and drive your business, drive your style of teaching, share those directly in the welcome sequence as well. So people can say, oh my gosh, yes, Tim is the one. Like even a value of mine is visual learning.
Yeah.
Differentiation is a value of mine in education, and it's one that I bring online to this day. And so stating that right up front in the welcome sequence is going to be aces. And then, of
Yeah.
course, you can sprinkle in amongst all that. You can sprinkle in like, hey, I've got 5 spots open. Click here to schedule a call or whatever your process is. Just make sure they know that as well.
And if you think of it like there's just, hundreds, if not well, there would be thousands of, other online teachers out there in their own space on the internet. Imagine if you can be in their inbox once a week adding value, right? Like that just helps you
That's
to
gonna
be front of mind more
Yes.
than
So
anyone else out there that they might have seen on
yes.
YouTube or wherever.
Yeah, it's like, okay, let's look at it like if you were buying a house, what realtor do you choose? The one that's in your face, the one that, oh, you drove by and you saw him on the park bench, or they gave
Yeah.
you their card, at the grocery store, and oh, where's that card? But if real estate agents, if educators just use email to follow up, and normally I suggest once a week, but honestly, even just once a month as an online educator, that is
Yeah.
gonna stand out so much to someone. "Oh, wow, this person is really invested in making sure my child learns XYZ." That means something. When you can show you're invested in people, people invest back into you.
Exactly. Yep. 100%. Hey, Susie in Winnipeg. That's another cold place. Oh my gosh. Anywhere in Canada is cold. We get like a 2-month summer. That's why we
I
fly to Florida
know.
and invade Disneyland. Um,
Amen.
okay, I've got to ask you. I mean, email is it's boring, right? Like email to me is just kind of. I'm sorry, but it's like as a topic, right? I know it
You're
can be so much
watching
fun.
Liz's soul leave her body, folks.
But when you're thinking about like like how did you get it? How did you kind of get the email thing when you were starting out? Like,
Yeah. So, um, I
because
didn't
most of
expect
us
to
don't
be
like to sit down and write
insulted.
long emails. What's that?
I said I didn't expect to be insulted right
You're
here. No, I get it. I mean, hence the props and the headband and the rainbow. I know email feels when you're first looking at it like, okay, yeah, what, like that seems either boring, people say boring, or like too complicated to figure
difficult.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me though, and I'm just going to be real with Tim right now and everybody watching live and the replay. Y'all, I love money.
Yeah.
And when I first heard that stat about for every dollar you spend, you can expect 40 bucks in return when you figure out email, when you do it right, when you build your list full of like truly potential customers, and you have this build this relationship with them. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about your circumstances. Tim and I were joking, when I graduated college, I thought, wow, I'm going to make $28,000 a year.
Yeah.
And that felt like I grew up really poor, and that felt like stability. I mean, and
Yeah.
now it's like, wow, that's, it's 2023 almost, like you can't feed yourself
Yeah.
off that.
Right.
And so when I found out I could write, and as teachers, we all have we've all built up this ability to write. I could write, I could find people that align with Liz Wilcox, and I could make money. Suddenly, it was exciting. It wasn't boring. It wasn't this like corporate type, like, thanks for your inquiry. We'll be with you shortly type of emails that we get, right? We all get
Yeah.
those.
Yep.
It was, okay, I just took a moment to believe that. When people would say, I was like, okay, I believe that. I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to find people that like me, that like the topic I'm discussing, and I'm just going to go all in. I allowed myself to play with it, to learn, and, ultimately make money and, book clients. I now sell digital products, right? Sell digital products. And as an educator, nobody gets into education for the money, but we are so creative. Like, we are the
Mhm.
most creative, most caring, passionate bunch of like professionals that will ever exist. And
Hmm.
so when you lean into that with email and with your business, finding clients, doing social, all the things, like suddenly it becomes a sort of playground, for exploring, how much fun can I have with this? So, yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, email's not boring. It's a way of getting to know people, creating real relationships, so that I can serve them the best. The same in teaching. You want to create a real relationship with your student so you can actually serve them. That's how I look at every email I send.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't have insulted you before the summit. I really
I'm,
hope you still come on.
I'm still gonna come on, but only if everybody watching signs up. Tim, what is that? Do you have the link? Can you put it in the chat? Is everybody
Yes, I
signed
do.
up?
Yeah, levelupteachingsummit.com. I've got like a little banner here. So it's
Boom.
levelupteachingsummit.com, and you won't be disappointed. I met Liz at a summit about 6 months ago, and it was like Make Money. It was Ashley DiMercurio's
Make
Make
money
Money.
online.
Yeah,
Teachers
Make
make money
Money.
online.
That's right. And I was so impressed that, I say that a lot of people think email is boring. And I really, when I listened to your presentation, I found that you just approached it in such a different way, and you brought fun to the idea of emailing. So I thought that was really, really good. And you do it in such a great way. And so, as I was telling you earlier, I tucked your name to the side. I said, I've got to bring her onto something at some point, because I think you bring a ton of value to any, and it's not just like teachers. I mean, any small business. If I know that a lot of people watch me that have other businesses. You need to be emailing. So, get
Yeah.
out there and don't be scared of it. I'm always curious of what your tips might be for like getting started. I mean, do you get into the recommendation world of like recommending those types of things, or do you just say find something easy, free, and
Yeah.
just get started? Like, what's your approach with someone who goes, what's email? Like, how do I even get this started?
Yeah. So go to lizwilcox.com and sign up for
There you
my
go.
freebie, and I'll tell you. No, I'm joking. So earlier, if you're just coming in late, we were talking about email service providers. So that is like if I enter my email address into your website, uh, it hosts all of those emails. It will let you send, one email to as many folks as you possibly can. And so I really recommend, there's a few I'm going to list. And then, you're probably already on YouTube. And so I recommend setting a timer. We don't want to give ourselves all day to figure this out. I say 20, 25 minutes, and just go in and watch like over the shoulder videos. And whatever makes sense for
Hmm.
your brain, just pick that one. There's MailChimp, Active Campaign, ConvertKit, Keep,
Yeah.
Flowdesk. Flowdesk might work best if you're a visual learner.
Hmm.
But honestly, just pick one, whatever you
Right.
can afford or whatever makes sense for your brain. Again, like Tim said, like I want to make email fun. I know it can feel overwhelming, like a lot of tech or just a lot of like strategy that you don't know about. So I don't want you to get hung up on a tool. Just pick one, get going. If you hate it, you can always change later. That's another
Yeah.
benefit of the email, right? It's not like on Facebook where Facebook basically owns your following, right? They can turn you off in a moment. With email, you can always take your email list wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to bring that up. I think that's so important to think about. Like all the social media that we might be on, you can get. I tell the story that my Facebook profile was blocked after 14 years about 3 years
oh
ago. Yeah,
my
and
word.
there was no apparent reason that I could figure out, and there was no appeal process. So it was sad. It was a sad day. And I had to start my a new profile, and then the new page and all that sort of stuff. But that just goes to
Wow.
show that I don't think I think I had an email list then, but it was very new. But like, I'm so grateful for the email list that I have today, because it doesn't matter if I don't show up on YouTube one week, or I don't show up on whatever platform. I can connect with my people in their inbox when I've got something cool to share. So
Right.
yeah, thanks for
Amen.
bringing
Yeah. let that be a warning to you. Yeah, and
Yeah.
honestly, social media is changing so fast right now. I mean, Elon Musk, like
Yeah, exactly.
suddenly Twitter is useless, like
Right.
within, 2 minutes. Like
Yeah.
that's wild. And
Yeah.
as an email marketer, I always say things like that, but I don't expect it to happen. And then, Elon Musk proved me right. I was like, oh
Right.
my gosh, thank God I've been building my email list. But yeah,
Yeah.
so email is just one of those things that's just
Yeah.
it's just more secure, and again, it's an intimate channel where you can really get to know people.
Yeah.
And that I think especially if you're trying to, sign clients, keep clients on,
Yeah.
it's just a really great way to connect.
Yeah. So where can folks find you? LizWilcox.com. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't have a YouTube channel, but I should.
Let me help you with that.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Okay, so you can just, of course, I'm an email marketer. I would love to have you on my email list. You can go to lizwilcox.com, and in the top right hand corner, there is a hot pink button. You cannot miss it. And so you can click that and you can get a bunch of stuff for free. So, this is called an opt in, take note.
Yeah.
And so we talked about that welcome sequence and personality, vision, and values. You get an entire welcome sequence already written for you. You can take out Liz Wilcox, insert your name here, right? And then you also get 3 newsletter examples so you can see what it's like to actually follow up. You get one designed
Yeah.
to get people to click, one designed to get people to reply, and one designed to get people to purchase directly from your newsletter. And if that's not enough, because I'm an overachiever, probably like a lot of you watching, you also get 52 subject lines completely for free. Writing from scratch sucks. Let me do it for you. LizWilcox.com, hot pink button.
So cool. And you've also, I looked at your website a few times, and you've also got this really cool thing like a subject header or subject generator.
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
coolest thing I've
yeah.
ever seen.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, you don't even have to opt in. You can go to lizwilcox.com. You scroll about halfway through, and so if you ever need a subject line, it's just a random
I love it.
generator, and you just click, and it comes up with subject lines for you.
Yeah, but subscribe to her stuff for sure.
But join the list, obviously,
Yes.
and come to the
Thank
summit on Friday.
Yes, we'll be there. We'll be chilling, and it'll be great. And thank you again, Liz, for coming on the show today. And yeah, I hope your daughter is feeling better. She's not well, right? So hopefully she's back in the
Well,
game.
she's well enough to leave me alone so
There
we
you
could
go.
do this call. Did I say that live? Wow, this lady's nuts. Get her off the screen. Yeah, she's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was great to have you, Liz. Great to connect, and we'll see you at the summit on Friday.
Yeah, see everybody on Friday.
Bye, Liz.